And we are live.
Welcome back to the Smoke Break JBR, the Just Be Real podcast, and we're coming to you live, straight from Explicit Vape Burbank. Once again, we always want to thank Ed for giving us his space and let us hang out here and record the podcast.
Thank you very much.
And just so the folks at home know, this is actually a live podcast.
Yes, indeed.
Like, this is a live podcast, and this is going to be a video podcast as well. So now we're actually going to do, we're going to record it on our camera, and then we're going to upload that footage after we record. So we're going to do audio live.
Yes.
So that way we can just, get the audio out of the way and just talk to you guys and just flow.
Yeah, we still haven't don't have the full system set up to do video live as well. That kind of requires an additional piece of gear that we're still in the process of acquiring.
We're getting there.
But as far as having a live show and then having a supplemental post non-live show, but this time with video, is going to help all of us out.
Exactly. And honestly, like, this is just working out very well right now. It's working out exactly how we need it.
Yep.
And I'm just glad we have footage now.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest
honestly
thing.
Like, it's just nice that the fact that we have footage.
It's
I'm
like
just
we
double
can-
checking some stuff to make sure that people can we
No
can
worries.
actually find the links, because
No
we've been
worries.
actually struggling with the links for some reason.
Yeah, we've been having some issues still. I'm trying to still figure it out and still having some problems.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on with that. So I'm gonna send you a link in a second.
Okay.
All right, through Snapchat, just to see if it works. Sorry guys, but this is how we do things. We troubleshoot live so that way we can figure things out right away.
Yeah.
Because we want to make sure we bring you guys the best quality content. You know what I mean? Like, we want to make sure that you guys, and that we are getting you the best quality stuff that we can, because we feel like assholes when we don't, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, we really do. We're like, we want to get this down correctly. Like, we really do. Okay, it seems to be working now.
Seems to be.
So, I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to add that one.
Well, I'm gonna kind of get started on a couple of things. If
Okay.
That's all right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just light
Sorry.
topics. Well, I'm not sure if it's necessarily light, but this morning, I would say about within 15 to 30 minutes difference of actually launching, there were 2 rocket launches that occurred. The first was from the European Space Agency in French Guiana, which is around the Pacific Ocean.
Oh, yeah, SpaceX. Yeah,
And
just
the
so
other
people
one
know, SpaceX.
was also, and the other one was SpaceX.
There we go.
Here in
Okay.
Vandenberg Air Force Base. And man, both of the launches were really, really, really good.
Really?
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Playing
Well,
out
yeah, you
perfectly.
texted.
Beautiful.
So Brandon actually texted me at like 4 in the morning. Did it not attach it?
It didn't even show up.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck! It didn't show up. Give me 1 second. Well, okay. Well, I can do both things at one time. But I know we're still trying to figure that out. I know what's going on with that. But yeah, so Brandon texted me at like
It
what?
was 4 o'clock in the morning. I can actually.
Yeah,
pull
like
up the time.
4 in the morning. There we go.
It's
That's what I
4:19.
said.
4:19 in the morning.
4:19 in the morning, right?
Yep.
So I get the text message. Usually this doesn't wake me up at all. Like, we just, I kind of just sleep through a text, no problem. But this time it actually woke me up.
Huh.
So I get your text saying, hey, if you want to see the launch, go outside, like right now. I'm like, all right, cool. My dumbass left the phone inside.
Oh man.
So it's like 4:30 in the morning, and I have no phone, and I'm outside in the middle of the street trying to find these fucking rockets, right? And my dumbass, I'm just like, I didn't ask, I didn't look, I just kind of I was like, all right, where do I know this Air Force Base is?
I mean, I was assuming from when I sent the text message, I was assuming that you were going to look it up on YouTube.
Yeah, I actually wanted it. I wanted to see if I can actually see it.
They have it live streamed. They were streaming it live to like 37,000 people.
Well, I didn't know that.
They have it they've been streaming since the very first one.
I know that, but in my head it was like I just wanted to see it live in person. So,
okay.
Well, I just wanted to cut out the middleman. I'm gonna send you another one right now.
All right.
But I just wanted to cut out the middleman at this point because, well, if I can just watch it, then let me just watch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think it was the Iridium 5 or 6, where they did a combo launch of both Iridium and then also a separate larger satellite system.
Yeah.
what I ended up doing was I went out to I think it was on Chandler, the bike path, and I was able to see it, but I also had my phone out so I could watch, the live stream itself. So
Yeah.
I think you should have probably done that for the next.
See,
one.
yeah, I'm gonna do that next time, but I know that now.
Yeah.
I just wanted to go see if I can see it.
But now we know. Make sure you have your phone on you.
Yeah, I know that one. Jesus Christ. I felt so embarrassed. It's like, I am out here, and I have no idea what the fuck I'm supposed to go look at.
But
honestly, I missed it. And then, as we were setting up for this, Brandon was showing me the launch. And go explain to the people what Elon Musk did.
Well, it was SpaceX, and I think it was Iridium specifically, so not even SpaceX themselves. They actually designed a Spotify playlist of songs to play as the whole launch is going from countdown to liftoff to stage 1 separation and
did
the
you get that
actual
message, by the way?
No.
You didn't get it?
No message yet. Oh,
What?
let me see. I think I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. But yeah, so they added basically like a soundtrack. There we go. We found it finally. Jesus.
Yeah.
Thank God.
We're good.
I just want to make
but
sure.
Yeah, so they designed a playlist of music to be played from countdown to launch to Miko first day separation to Seiko, all the way up to even the deployment of all the satellites completely, which was I think in total about an hour and 15 minutes.
Fuck,
and the
really?
song selections were great.
Well, yeah, you actually played me some of the
Yeah.
songs. Impressive.
They
Fucking
timed
impressive.
it up like perfectly. Not
Like,
only,
for real.
the launch itself was perfectly timed up to the
That's the
impact
part
or
that
the
was like,
downbeat of-
because we saw the beginning part of the launch, obviously. You showed me that before we started the podcast.
Yep.
And like the song that plays for the actual launch is AC/DC Thunderstruck.
Yep.
Like, are you and it's timed. When I say it's fucking timed, it's timed. It's timed to the T. So the second it says Thunderstruck, that is when the rocket fucking launches, okay? Like, that's fucking awesome. Like, good on them. Like, that's a good move. Good little marketing move.
Like for the following songs, you had Return to Sender once the first stage is separated from second stage. Welcome Back.
Yeah.
By
the Mace version, by the way, the version I actually like.
It's like boom.
Like, it's not that the old version
Boom,
was
there you
bad, but
go.
it's like, thank you for adding this version.
They also
Like, I appreciate
had
this.
they had some songs that I was like, that I actually just put on mute while I was playing, just so I didn't want to.
Yeah, Meghan Tanner.
Meghan Trainor.
We're not
but
all about that.
They did have Queen though.
Yeah, they had two Queen songs. Like,
Glorious.
if there was not
David
like,
Bowie.
oh, it was David Bowie.
David Bowie.
Oh yeah,
and
it
Queen.
was. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
David Bowie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it was either Just Dance or Let's Dance.
It's Let's Dance.
Let's Dance, yeah.
Yeah.
David
Let's
Bowie.
Dance. Dun, dun,
So they
dun,
had that
dun,
one
dun.
as they were
Copyright.
launching as they were releasing the payload of the satellites. They even had that groovy funk song.
Yeah. That was dope as shit.
Good.
When they
then-
launch all the satellites, it's signed, sealed, delivered. Fucking Stevie Wonder. I'm like, that's
Boom.
impressive. It's just
good?
more the fact that
What's
someone
good?
actually took the time and planned this out accordingly.
Yep.
Perfectly.
Another thing to add on to that, this launch in particular was actually kind of difficult in general because at the time there were there was a very high wind shear, which is a channel of air that is suddenly rapidly moving in one direction
Yeah.
at high velocity.
Yeah, I know that.
And then the seas where the drone ship was out and about, it was really, really rough.
Oh, really?
So there was a pretty high chance that the rocket would actually end up crashing because the seas are choppy, lots of wind, but it stuck the landing.
It still stuck
It
the
stuck the
goddamn
landing.
landing. So we're going to jump into
Holy
one more
shit.
thing, and then we're actually going to jump into Comic-Con news.
Okay.
Water on Mars.
Yep.
What the fuck?
It seems that they've found water on Mars. It's approximately, from what I've been reading, 1.2 kilometers underneath the ground, underneath the frozen caps, I believe, of the South Pole. It could be the North Pole. Don't quote me on that. But they found it.
Oh, I'm going to quote you on that.
But holy
But yeah,
shit.
they found fucking water.
It's like, okay.
Like,
Now
that's
we know that
insane.
if there's liquid water, there, it could be that there might be life as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, that's the question we're at now.
Because the whole thing is that you need liquid water to sustain life. It needs that's the best medium to create life. And from what we've been able to infer about other moons, like I think it's Titan over on Jupiter, the ice layer that is encompassing the entire moon is about, I think, a mile thick. But underneath that, there's a lot of scientists that are speculating that there is liquid water.
Yeah.
So if there's liquid water on Titan, all that distance out, you know, who's to say that, you know, Mars can't have liquid water deep beneath the ground, you know, where the atmosphere isn't gonna affect the water itself because, you know, it's underground. Yeah. And it's closer to the core, so just by pressure,
we're gonna have to see, like, and it's not that deep where we can't drill to it.
We've been able to
drill to it.
Good, you know.
So that's already a huge sign. Like, that's a big deal. You know, it's not so goddamn deep that we can't reach it. It's actually achievable.
That in itself, if that's the case, and there is water on Mars, that's basically the one key factor that Elon has been waiting for.
So maybe Aquaman actually doesn't live on Earth. He lives on Mars.
I don't think so. I think Titan there's not enough water in Mars. It's like mud.
He's Mud Man.
I can't do it anymore. My rent's too high. I'm from New York.
It's the poor version of Aquaman. It's Mud Man.
My name's Mud Man.
I control toads and fucking...
I control rocks with slow-moving matter.
Turtles. Behold.
But the thing is that Elon's BFR rocket design calls for a methane. I think it's methane oxygen or methane. Yeah, methane oxygen fuel mixture as fuel. And for Mars, you have the carbon dioxide, which is where you're gonna get your carbon and the oxygen molecules to create the methane. But in order to create the necessary fuel, you need water.
Yeah.
Straight up water. And his original ideas was, take the frozen stuff, melt that down, get the water out of that, and then boom, bada boom, you're good.
Bada bing, bada boom.
But now that there's like apparently liquid water, if there's enough of it, hey, maybe that could also work.
Yeah, and time's gonna tell on that one.
Yeah.
Time's gonna have to tell on that one. But scientifically, huge fucking news.
Oh, huge.
Huge news.
Massive.
So, okay. So we'll jump into Comic-Con now.
All right.
And I actually kind of made a list.
All right.
I should have taken it out of my pocket
Yeah,
beforehand.
man, come on, dude.
I'm not used to it because with this deal with the camera, all right?
No,
I'm like, I should probably have this shit out beforehand.
I should have done it too.
Well,
I had my glasses up.
Well, I say this and then I can't find my little fucking piece. Yeah, you know where I left it?
At home.
No, it's in my fucking... Hold on.
In the other pocket.
Did I leave it in my pocket? Whatever. We can just figure this out. I had it all written down somewhere, but apparently I fucking misplaced it. Oh, no, got it. Nailed it, I think. This should be it. Yes. Okay. First trailer we're going to talk about.
Go for it.
Since we already brought it up, Aquaman.
I like.
What do you think?
I like. There's one section that I'm like, about, which was the very, very last section of the trailer, where he's like, "Oh, redheads, you gotta love them.
You gotta love them."
And it kind of like everything else was like good. It was well paced. It was fine.
Honestly, probably one of my favorite trailers.
Yeah, it was pretty
this
good.
year. Honestly, probably one of my favorite trailers. I'm hoping it's gonna be on par like Wonder Woman, and I say Wonder Woman, not Justice League, because Wonder Woman was fucking far superior.
Yeah, Justice League was a fucking trailer, like a dumpster fire.
And I was honestly worried about seeing the Aquaman trailer. Thoroughly blown away.
It was good,
honestly. But like you said, the ending thing, I can kind of live with that. I'm hoping it's not going to be corny jokes the whole way fucking through.
I mean, like, I could already tell that from the plot itself. It was kind of predictable. You know, you got to return, fight for your country, fight who you are. I've seen that plot before. Okay, but
basic
I mean, like,
superhero plot.
But the thing is that it's Aquaman. It's, you know, in water. We don't see any superheroes that are water based or that.
Yeah, and this is kind of a hard character to write about. Yeah. To write a movie about, I should say. And I want to see where they go with this. I really want to see where they go story wise. I am pretty impressed CGI-wise already.
It looks good.
If you guys haven't seen the trailer, there's an awesome part at the end, basically, where it's like two underwater fucking warring clans duking it out.
Yeah.
And that looked fucking stunning. That looked
Who
awesome.
Was the villain guy with the big helmet?
You want me to be honest? I have no fucking clue. I don't know Aquaman's like villains. I'm not.
I recognize him from somewhere.
I recognize him from comics,
Yeah.
like I do, but I don't follow the lore of Aquaman enough. Are you looking it up right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we need to know that. Because
Yeah.
like I know he's a primary
Black Manta.
Black Manta. There we go. Is that like Black
Black
Panther?
Manta is a fictional supervillain appearing in American comic books DC.
Is he from Wakanda?
No.
Okay.
Let me see. Give me biography or.
Yeah, give me his stats, man. How
he
tall
started
was he?
off in 1993, at number 6.
Uh-huh.
I grew up in Baltimore. He liked to play near Chesapeake Bay. He was kidnapped and forced to work on a ship. He's physically abused.
You really give me his bio.
He saw Aquaman with his dolphin friends and tried to signal for help, but wasn't able to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
Forced to defend himself, killing one of the guys that had captured him with a knife. And apparently, because Aquaman didn't pay attention to him and help him, he's now like eternally in hatred of him.
So pretty much because Aquaman couldn't find the time to save his ass, he's gonna throw a tantrum.
I guess.
I mean, it's a viable reason to kind of be an evil asshole. Like, it makes sense to be his arch nemesis. Like, God damn you, Aquaman!
But at the same time,
you fucking monster.
But it's not like Aquaman ignored him. He couldn't hear him.
Yeah, and it's like at the same time, it's like, but I get his point. How busy is fucking Aquaman?
He couldn't.
How busy can you fucking be?
It's not about he couldn't go and help him. He didn't know he was in need of help.
Oh, so he
just couldn't hear him.
He just couldn't hear him.
It's like you're driving along and like there's somebody in distress.
And you just drive by and not even notice.
You just didn't even notice. You're just driving by, nothing at all, and the guy's like, "Oh, you ignored me," and it's like, "No, dude, I didn't see
fuck
you,
man.
Come on, I'm sorry.
My fucking bad.
You're my
okay,
blind
I
spot.
didn't see that happening."
So it's like,
but in general, Aquaman, I'm pretty stoked about. I'm hoping it's gonna be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But again, much like any DC movie, hopes are very low.
You gotta hold your breath.
I'm not holding my breath. Next movie, Shazam.
Okay, well,
let's talk about this fucking dumpster fire.
Well, apparently people are actually enjoying it. The people are
I'm
liking.
not.
People are really liking the way that the trailer looked and the quirkiness and the way that.
Look, I understand.
I'm like,
I understand where people are coming from because of the character. Do you know anything about Shazam?
Very little.
Okay, so it's pretty accurate.
All I know is that
to
in the
degree.
trailer it looks like he has a lamp on his chest.
Basically. So basically, like, how it works is that a kid gets these intergalactic powers.
Mm-hmm.
He has to yell out Shazam to turn in. Basically, how do I put it? What's that old retro 80s game that the guy from Funhouse fucking loves?
Oh, Space Ace.
Space Ace. Think Space Ace.
Oh.
How that guy, like, gets zapped.
Space Ace.
How he gets zapped and he turns into Space Ace. Same thing.
Oh, no, he was Space Ace and then he got zapped and turned into a kid version.
Yeah, there we go.
And he has to, like, power up to turn into regular version.
Take that concept and just flip it. Where you're a kid and then you get turned into a giant. Yeah. It's basically that.
Like, it's a game. It's like, oh, okay.
Honestly, like, I'm not a fan of the trailer. And I'm not a fan of that actor either. I'm really not.
His suit looks terrible.
Yeah, the suit looks
gosh.
very,
I'm like, from what I
very
remember,
corny.
From what I remember from, like, the TV shows or the cartoon versions, his like, outfit looked very Roman style. It had
semi.
a very Roman,
Semi.
like, nuance to it, you know,
Mhm.
where it had the the fucking golden plaque or whatever shield things around his chest.
Yeah.
It had, like, I think rope or something that was dangling.
Like
on
like what fucking Lando has.
something like
holding
that.
up his
yeah.
cape shit. Yeah, I know what you're
Something
talking about.
That's what I was expecting. More like cloth. Not
Yeah,
like this,
and
like, leotard,
the thing is, like,
plasticky stuff.
I'm not looking forward to this movie, and I think they picked a fucking bad actor to play Shazam.
Yeah,
I think the kid they picked pretty decent.
It's a kid, yeah,
but
he's fine.
the actual actor, I'm not a fan of that guy. I don't think he's.
Yeah.
No offense to him, I don't think he's fit to be a hero role, even that hero.
I mean, like, it would be as if you had who's Scott Pilgrim? Who is that actor? Michael Cera.
Michael Cera,
Michael Cera playing Batman.
Oh god.
Could you really have Michael?
Or it's
Cera
like one of
play
my
Batman?
favorite comedians said, it's like Michael Cera playing Shaft.
Oh, no. Yeah, there's some people that are really, really well fitted for a role, and there's some others that I'm like,
Because the whole concept of Shazam.
It's like Arnold when he was in his prime.
Yeah.
When he did, Terminator and Conan. Like, he was built for that fucking role.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Like, I understand the concept of Shazam.
Yeah.
Shazam, basically, kid turns into a superhero. The superhero is supposed to be basically a cookie cutter, superhero. It's supposed to look like a generic superhero.
Apparently, the way that people are interpreting the way that the actor who's playing as Shazam, what's he saying? Connection problems? Give me 1 second, fellas.
Countdown to goodness? Yeah, give us 1 second. Are we having issues?
Oh, you son of a...
What happened?
Oh, wait. They have Windows updates. Wow. Okay.
Sorry for that pause, guys.
Okay, we have 1 hour. We have 1 hour left before this podcast has to end, before it's forcibly shut down.
Well, okay, so let's fit in all this information as soon as we can. Then.
Yeah.
Thanks, Windows, for planning this at the worst possible fucking time.
Well, we're going all right. We're doing pretty good.
We're pretty on time anyway, so we're actually on schedule. But no, Shazam, not impressed. Yeah. Really not impressed. I don't think it's going to be.
As I was saying, that the way that the general public has been interpreting the way that the actor who's playing Shazam, his performance as, is that he's embodying the way that adults with even though they're like kids at heart, how they would feel, if they were able to get superpowers, how they would act out, what would they do. And I'm like, that's cool and all, but this is
really
Shazam.
get it.
This is DC. Like, if you want that, then that's why we watch Kick-Ass.
Exactly.
Like, that's more realistic. Like, that's something I could emulate with, not Shazam.
I'm just so disappointed with this movie. Like, I'm not expecting much from this.
It's like, okay.
Honestly.
It's like,
I'm going to be really surprised if for some reason this is a good
Would you
movie.
feel the same way if they swapped out Shazam with Batman or Superman? It's like, same story. Same relative, like,
I'd probably still feel the same way.
Like,
I'd probably still feel the same way, honestly.
You wouldn't want to have that more, like, serious, emotional type of movie? Would you want to have... Not necessarily,
well, it's
like,
not...
dark.
Okay.
I'm not saying dark
like
and
Dark
moody.
Knight, yeah.
No, I mean, like serious... Like
a superhero movie, like we've had.
Yeah, like Iron
because
Man
for
1.
me, and that's why for me, I think this is like the downfall of hero movies. Because we have to take hero movies as an industry-wise kind of seriously. Because the second we have a really bad storyline for a hero movie, we're on that fucking decline.
Because I think the decline is only with DC.
Because
they've never...
Because Marvel has the formula down.
The biggest problem that DC has is that they can't tell a good story. They have great character selection. They have some of the best characters to choose from. And they
have some of the most in-depth fucking characters too, like Batman. Look at Batman.
And they have some. Like at times, they have done some really, really good storytelling, like the Dark Knight trilogy.
Obviously,
the second was a masterpiece. Without comparison. But all the other ones have been just trash. And then you look at Marvel. Yeah,
there hasn't been a good movie.
Like Marvel,
DC movie.
If you compare Marvel to DC, Marvel has some stinkers, but the stinkers of Marvel.
But the stinkers of Marvel aren't as bad though.
The stinkers of Marvel would be golden bricks of solid platinum.
Exactly.
For DC.
Exactly. Those would be a fucking godsend for DC right now. It's kind of sad, honestly. I don't know. They need to fix something. They really need to fix something. I don't know what's going on with DC, but we'll see what's going on with Shazam.
BVS, I wanted to see Batman versus Superman. That's it. And then if you want to add in what's his face, Lex Luthor. If you want to add him in later on, maybe to introduce Doomsday as the next movie.
That's getting into other shit, but it's like.
Because
they need to fix so much with the DC franchise.
Because there's the cartoon version of Superman Doomsday.
Yeah.
Why not just make that into a live action?
Right.
Just keep them separate.
Yeah. But they had to add it to that movie.
You don't need to fucking add in a bunch of new characters
they don't understand the formula they need, and they just won't fucking solve it. And it's just sad because they have so many good characters they can work with.
Like with Suicide Squad, I was so disappointed that they couldn't really develop each individual character. Either in
Don't even get
their
me
own
started with
si-
that.
in their-
You know me in that fucking movie.
Dude,
Like that movie had so many fucking
it wasn't
problems.
it was not only
so
a
many
creative
problems.
problem, but they also had an insane amount of technical problems.
Yep. Oh, a shit ton.
The editing was
A fucking shit ton.
abhorrent.
It's fucking bad.
One of the worst edits I've ever
Oh,
seen in
yeah.
my life.
All right. Well, all right.
Continue,
Next
wait.
movie. Next topic from Comic-Con. Godzilla.
Yes, please,
Holy
yes,
fuck.
fucking.
If you haven't
give
seen
me
that trailer, you're
Give
missing
me-
out on
give me
life, by the way.
ASAP now.
I am
fucking
so
gold.
fucking excited
That looks so good.
for this movie.
Dude.
I can't wait. It has pretty much all the characters. Mothra?
King Ghidorah?
What the fuck? Rodan?
Dude, it's
Like, we have so many characters making a comeback. I want to know what the storyline is, though. I kind of feel like we can kind of guess
Kong
it.
is gonna be in there? Because remember, it was already shown that in Kong that Gojira was in the universe.
I'm going to assume
That
that...
he's
I'm
part
really
of the
going to assume
universe.
that he's going to be there.
He's been like,
I think... How much you want to bet they're going to keep that hidden?
He's gonna come out at the end. He's like, "Yo, what the fuck is going on? I was
What?
taking a nap, y'all bitches."
I was fucking napping
Stop
on
it.
my island,
He's like,
and shit got fucking weird real quick.
It's like, yo, I got bit by.
But I feel like they're gonna sneak
yesterday.
in King Kong at the end. Like they're gonna
Probably.
do King Kong. Like they're gonna keep King Kong as an
It's
Easter
gonna
egg for a
be
while.
Godzilla and King Kong combo team up. Dude, tag team.
Versus,
everybody else. Tag team, ultimate.
I want to know who
fighter.
the enemy. I think it's gonna be King Ghidorah as the enemy for this one. I think so. Because remember, Godzilla's been homeboys with fucking Rodan for forever.
True.
They're like this,
True.
son.
yeah.
Him and Mothra, yeah, they have their differences, but they're still pretty much friends.
They're like, hey,
And you know
man.
what? I think I kind of figured out something just because I've watched so many Godzilla movies.
Okay.
I think I forgot what the actress's name. The girl from Stranger Things. You know, she's in the movie.
L.
11. Yeah.
L.
I'll see.
Uh,
L 11. 11
Number.
number. I think her character is going to be. You know how in the movies, in the old Godzilla movies with Mothra, they had the two twins, the two little twins.
Yeah.
I think she's just going to be those characters all in one.
You think she might be like?
And I think she's going to have the
the.
connection to Mothra.
You think she might be like a sort of conduit?
Yeah, kind of like the originals.
Yeah, yeah.
You know how they were a conduit for Mothra? Mothra.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be the same thing.
Okay.
I think it's going to be the same thing. I have a good feeling that's
I'm
how
like,
it's going to
if
work
they
out.
explicitly say that she's like directly connected in some sort of like, oh, I can understand that. It makes sense, and not like, or
I
like
sense
Cloverfield.
it.
Not like Cloverfield, where it's like we're running away, but the monster's like chasing me. With
Just
the
me
camera?
specifically?
What the fuck, man?
That is one thing about
paid
that
my
movie I never
taxes.
understood, is that why is it fucking with this like single group of people? Like, it's just fucking with these
Makes no
three
sense.
people. Makes no sense.
Say, hey, these guys, fuck them up. All the other guys, yeah, whatever. These guys specifically, though, yo, fuck them. Yeah.
How fucking
Ah.
crazy is it, though, that what's his name from Game of Thrones? Fucking Lannister?
Tyrion?
Not Tyrion. Fucking
Jaime?
Tywin.
Oh, Tywin.
Tywin Lannister. How,
Uh-huh.
of course, he has the last line of the fucking trailer. Long live the king. It's like, oh, you motherfucker. You would. You fucking would. You
it's like-
piece of shit.
and I'd be
Like,
like, yo,
ah.
I bet
fuck you.
Godzilla's gonna say like subtitles bend the knee.
Bend the knee.
Well, would you consider him like a dragon?
Who,
Or-
Godzilla?
Yeah, part of the dragon family. Because remember, dragons in classic like fantasy.
Okay,
There's multiple.
King
variants
Ghidorah
of-
a dragon?
Yeah, I would consider that.
That's a dragon, technically, right?
Yeah, I'm like I said, there's wyverns,
And-
drakes. There's different variants of dragons.
See,
in
I
classic
don't want to
fantasy.
say yes because in my heart of hearts I know that Godzilla is a radioactive lizard. Okay?
radioactive lizard dragon.
I know that. I see. It's not dragon. though.
Ancient radioactive lizard dragon.
But I'm gonna
Just
say
make
yeah.
it-
I
make
think
it-
he's just considered a dragon.
Just
I think he's
make
a
his
different level of
title-
dragon.
Make his title like super freaking long. I'm like, does King Ghidorah live in Fuji? Because remember, there's the
I think he does.
volcano that blows up that is housed
No.
in one of them.
King Ghidorah is gonna be found in the ice, like 100%. They showed that. Remember? Remember they have that giant ice block?
Then who's in the mountain?
Rodan.
Rodan
is going to be in the mountain. He's going to be in the hill. They kind of gave away like a little bit of stuff in the trailer. With the sound of monsters. By the way, that wasn't planned. But no, honestly, like I'm excited for that movie.
It looks good.
And I've been watching those movies since I was a kid.
It looks real good.
This is like my fucking
Dude, it's gonna look fucking
dream come
it's
true.
It's gonna be amazing in Dolby Atmos.
Oh yeah.
Because I watched Godzilla in Atmos and it was fucking.
Oh yeah, no, I did too.
It was gold.
No,
Gold.
We got to see that movie. Cinerama Dome. Fucking.
Well, the AMC 16 is better.
Yeah, no, I'll admit that. I do like the Cinerama Dome just because it has that giant fucking screen.
Bitch.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's Hollywood too.
Well, the thing is that I can get parking because my school's across the street. But it's still like I'd rather go to Burbank because it's like
and it's closer.
Hollywood.
Yeah, it's Hollywood.
Like Hollywood's nice.
See, don't compensate. Hollywood's nice. No, it's not.
Hollywood's nice.
Hollywood is nothing more than the crushed dreams.
Let me finish.
Of
Hollywood's
homeless
nice
people.
when you have to be in there.
Not really.
Because when
even when I have to be there.
Because when you have to be there, you're usually in places that you want to be.
Yeah, true. See what you mean, but it's like
when I'm there, I'm working. I'm not.
I remember when you were like younger before you hit 18. Hollywood was like a magical place. No. Really? No. You never found that?
No.
Really?
It all sucks. Anything outside of Burbank sucks, really. And it's not like because I don't like the other places, the other towns, which I do. It's just that like the roads are terrible.
Oh yeah, no.
People who are driving just don't care for anybody.
Oh, fucking. Don't even get me started on traffic in Hollywood. That shit is fucking horrible.
It's like it's bad enough if you're driving. It's worse if you're walking.
Oh yeah. If you're a regular pedestrian, fucking forget it. Forget it.
It's a chance you might die.
Fucking. All right. Next one. Oh, of course. Glass.
Looks good.
Finally, M. Night Shyamalan.
Good. Hey.
Fucking jumping into it.
Welcome back.
Like Jesus Christ. This is the movie we've been needing for so goddamn long. We needed more of the Unbreakable saga. This is what we needed. Finally. I think honestly, if he would have stuck with this kind of thing, I think he would have been way more successful.
I'm just glad that he's. Let's hope. Well, I don't want to speak too soon because this could just be a trilogy thing.
Yeah.
But if he is able,
which I hope it is. Honestly, I hope it's just gonna be a trilogy.
No. What I mean is, I hope that it's not just a trilogy. That I hope that this creative, upswing that he's really doing well on continues on, and he's able to make newer movies or new content or new original ideas that are good.
He's been flopping
because all the other shit that he's been making was garbage.
Yeah. What was the last good one in your? I think honestly, Split. Obviously, Split was the last good one. Did you watch that movie?
No. Ooh. I haven't watched any of his movies after Signs.
Oh, really? Yeah. So you've seen Unbreakable?
No. I haven't watched any of his movies.
Unbreakable was first.
Signs. Yeah, well, I didn't watch Unbreakable. I just watched like Sixth Sense.
You
and Signs.
Monster. How have you not seen Unbreakable?
I've seen The Untouchables.
Totally different.
I know.
Totally different.
Similar.
It sounds the same, but not really the same. But
just because it's Shyamalan. Remember?
But no, honestly, watch that shit. It's gonna make more sense. Okay. Watch Unbreakable, watch Split, and then watch that trailer.
All right.
Honestly, but
because this
shit.
I saw the trailer to
finally
Split,
happening,
and then I've like seen Split the trailer, and then I watched the.
So you understand the premise of that.
So
movie.
Yeah, I understand it.
You don't even necessarily need to watch the movie to understand it.
Yeah.
You kind of just get it.
I'm like, from watching the trailer to Glass, it's like I already kind of understood. They kind of went through like a really quick recap of like what the different things were going on, what each person was capable of.
But just watch it. It's such a good movie. It's Unbreakable is probably his best movie. Is M. Night Shyamalan's
even better than
best
Six?
Movie. Better than which one? Sixth Sense?
I see dead people.
See, I like Sixth Sense, but I think this is his best movie. Unbreakable is his best movie. Sixth Sense is great. It just has one of the best twists. I didn't see it coming, honestly. Did not see it come. What was your... Oh, you haven't seen all his movies, huh?
No.
He's had some shit.
I know.
Some shitty... Lady in the Water, by far the worst.
I saw portions of that one. That was garbage. Paul G.
Like
Money.
how?
Hey, Paulie G. Money.
Like how fucking
And he's
stoned
playing
was
himself.
he? Playing right?
Basically playing
He's
himself.
basically playing himself.
And then
But-
the screenwriter is like, I'm gonna turn around, walk away, and everything's gonna be fine. And he gets mauled. It's like, dude, no, man, just run.
But now, honestly, I'm excited for that movie. See, I thought you've seen the movies. I thought we were gonna have more of a conversation on that one.
No,
Damn it!
it's Shambland.
Threw me off there, man.
It's Shambland, man.
But watch Unbreakable. You kind of threw me off here, man. I thought you've seen Unbreakable and Split.
Sorry, man.
Well, go home and watch
What
that.
about Blade Runner?
Well, Blade Runner. Like, we can talk about that shit all day.
Fucking gold.
But
What else?
did you watch the Beast and Where to Find Them trailer, the new one?
You mean was it Crimes of Grindelwald?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen Fantastic Beasts?
Yes.
Okay. So I've seen it. I saw the first one. I'm not a big Harry Potter fan, but I like that movie. That was actually a pretty good movie.
Well, for me, the parts about Harry Potter that I like isn't necessarily the story elements of like, oh, the boy who knew.
For me, it's always been like the creatures and the magic and
For me, it's
I like the other side of shit.
And all the different charms and spells and hexes and all the different, like that portion of it, them doing the actions and carrying out the things that would a wizard or witch would do in an actual wizarding world.
And it's kind of
Make
cool that we get all
potions
the
and all
political
that shit.
system too of the
Political
wizard.
systems, that's kind of cool, but I mean, like for me, I'd rather see the duels. and
Obviously,
the
yeah.
battles, like
See, that was like the
that's
one
cool
thing
shit.
I didn't anticipate from that movie was, oh wow, we're gonna see the wizard democracy in action.
Like I wanted
Okay.
to see what I would really like to see is okay, instead of having you have your Harry Potter arc,
Yeah.
and then they continued on instead of with the kids, they went on with some other person with the book
Yeah.
of the within the story, the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. But what I think they should have done instead is go back and focus on the last wizard battle.
Yeah.
Like the origins of let's say the origins of Hogwarts, where the different houses and the original people, Godric Gryffindor, Helga, Hufflepuff, and all the other people, where they came from and how they had all met up with each other, because they're not super young. They're from like hundreds of years ago.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a different time period, different people, different magics.
I'm just really
styles.
I liked the original movie. I liked the first one.
Yeah.
And I saw the trailer for this one. First of all, good pick for young Dumbledore. Okay.
Yeah.
Good pick for young Dumbledore. Okay.
Agreed.
Good for him. Good for him that he's acting again too.
Yeah.
Ooh, Jude Law, right? That's his name. Jude Law. Good for him for fucking pulling off Dumbledore.
Yep.
Johnny Depp as Grindelwald. Holy shit. All right, we'll see how that goes after all the accusations.
He's always been a good, different style of person.
Oh, yeah. Look at him. Look at Johnny Depp, dude.
All right, we're gonna go this way and
Look how jacked up that fool. That guy is a fucking trip, by the way. You know he beat the shit out of his wife, too?
Fuck me.
Were you the one
What?
that told me that?
I don't know.
Like, he straight up, got in trouble recently. He's bankrupt, I think. Fairly recently because he beat the shit out of his wife.
Yeah.
He took his wife to Mexico to beat her.
He doesn't have a great reputation. With, like his performances as an actor,
Oh,
they're
great.
pretty good. Yeah, I like him, but as an individual,
as a human being, kind of a shitty person.
yeah.
Not the greatest ideal Disney trademark
Yeah.
you want.
But yeah, as I was saying, like those two following movies, the book one and then the Grindelwald one, cool, but it's not what I want.
It's not what you want.
I want to see the history. I want to see we see modern time. Now let me see 2,000
Let me
years in
see the
past,
beginning years.
800 years ago.
Let me see when magic was first discovered with y'all.
Or not necessarily first discovered, but just in a different time period.
Yeah.
When there was no cars and shit like that. How did they travel? Was it just all broomsticks or different methods?
I wonder how the Salem witch trials were for the wizarding community during
Yeah,
them. You know what I mean?
So there's like that.
Like, who fucked up?
So there you go.
You know what I mean? Who in Salem was like, oh, shit.
Because that could be a really cool thing to talk about because, they have the rules of you can't use magic outside of, permitted areas due to the possibility of a
See,
muggle
that's the
seeing
question
it.
that no one... I want to know what
So
happens during the wizard community during, crazy events. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Salem witch trials.
The Black Death.
Black Death, what happened with that?
Yeah,
How did they survive that?
exactly.
You know what I mean? How did they get rid of that? Did they cause it? What was it? Who knows?
Like there you go. That's already
You know what I mean?
interesting stories that.
See, even if like these, even if these movies kind of like hinted to some past history, that'd be nice.
Because what I think the universe of Harry Potter is, it runs parallel with our own.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that the stuff that happens in our view of what our reality is either caused by it or is affected by something of wizard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the World War I, World War II. It may have started off with wizards and then it pulled over.
See, I think that is the biggest downfall with all these books is that, yeah, good for you, J.K. Rowling. You fucking wrote these books while you're homeless.
Yeah.
This is a meth dream, basically. Okay, let's face facts. But but honestly, I wrote a story about a boy who's a wizard whose parents died. Like, it really is a crack dream.
Oh man.
Oh, they got wands made out of feathers. But like, I feel like that's the biggest downfall for these movies. Is like, you know that you could have added actual history.
Oh yeah.
Actual history, and somehow been a reason why they have certain rules. You know what I mean? Like, it would have added so much more lore to the wizarding world.
It's
I
like
hate saying that term because I feel like Universal
what about,
employees
how,
welcome to the wizarding world.
What was it was the first like landing of like pilgrims in like Maine or something that they disappeared.
Roanoke. Roanoke. Ragnarok.
So like Roanoke, the story
Same
of Roanoke,
thing, right?
nobody's like, we don't know what happened.
Yeah.
They just disappeared. What if it was
a wizard
who did it?
You know, like
I
would love
Muggles started
for
to discover something.
You know what? That's something someone needs to do.
It's like, hey,
where were the wizards during certain timeline or certain historical events?
Yeah.
Where were they?
On?
What happened?
Yeah.
Were they causing it? That'd be interesting.
Were they helping?
Were they helping?
Trying
Did
to
they do
prevent
anything
it
to
or
help,
lessen it? Yeah.
or did they fucking hide?
It's like, let's say it was like the wizards are like, hey, this Muggle, Adolf Hitler or whatever, he's fucked up. He's killing all these people. We got to help out the
and that's
Muggles,
honestly why,
like,
in my opinion,
here and there,
we're gonna have some angry people. Why Star Wars is so much better? Because they give you so much past. Mm-hmm. They give you so much past history. They really do. Not in depth.
No, not the new stuff.
Not the new stuff.
Is kind of like
we're not talking
shit.
about that.
Like absolute shit, like garbage, like New Hope, or was it not New Hope? God, that's fucking gold.
What, Last Jedi?
Last Jedi.
Oh, God. By the way, it's on fucking Netflix. You know that, right?
Yeah, I've seen it on Netflix.
Did you watch it yet again? I have not rewatched it.
I'm not.
You know how sad that is? I have not been able to rewatch it.
I'm gonna watch a good movie, and I'm not gonna watch that movie.
So how many times have you watched it? One time?
Once. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I kind of regret paying the money.
Yeah.
And you know where I watched it? Grauman's El Capitan.
Fuck, really?
Yeah.
I watched it at the AMC 16 at midnight. In fucking Dolby. I think I've told you the story, right?
I think so.
Yeah. No, yeah, I think I did.
Sad when people started walking out, I think?
No. Fucking, so the movie started, no fucking sound. The movie had no sound, okay? So I actually ended up on the news. So, movie started off, no sound. People are freaking the fuck out, obviously. We've been waiting all fucking day for this movie. Mm-hmm. So we're yelling like, hey, turn on the movie with the sound. Restart the movie, there's no sound. And people are freaking the fuck out. It's about to turn into a riot in the hallway. And some guy, young kid looks like fucking like a cheap version of Goku. Like the cheapest version, the cheapest kind of Goku you can find.
Wait, that's Naruto.
He look. If there was a 99-cent store Goku, it's this kid. So this kid's like, you guys need to calm down and act like adults. It's just a movie.
Cool.
And that's when a bunch of Star Wars nerds fucking turned on him and went fucking bananas. People were about to Burbank PD got called. Burbank PD got called.
Star Wars fans, man.
Literally, like, it was about to turn into a riot. And this is what I got broken down to because they weren't going to restart the movie. They said, 1, you can get a refund because we're not going to restart the movie. 2, you can watch it in another theater, get a free ticket to go watch any movie you want, and watch it in a non-Dolby theater. I'm like, all right, we'll take that option. Mm-hmm. Third option was a refund, and we'll get you a ticket for a different theater. I didn't want to do that one. Mm. And then I had to sit through 2.5 hours of garbage. So imagine the fight I had to go through to watch this fucking movie.
Well, at least you got
And
a free
then-
movie, right?
Yeah, I got something out of it, I guess. But still,
You could have gotten a refund and
like
gotten
I've never watched.
You
Like
would
I
have
have.
wasted your time.
There's something to be said that I would rather watch Phantom Menace over and over again than watch Last Jedi again.
Well, you see, the reasoning why is because
Or at least I have Duel of Fates.
Yeah, there's,
Dun, dun,
there's
dun.
some good parts. You know,
Mhm.
like the pod racing scene. I like the pod racing scene.
Yeah, the pod racing thing's
About
cool, but I
the-
just
the other parts.
now this is pod racing. Like, oh god damn
Yeah,
it.
it's working.
It's
and it
working!
explodes. He just burning in fire and death and charred skin falling from his bones.
I like how we're not fucking talking about the fact that this kid is inhaling exhaust like a motherfucker.
Is it, like, what,
it's
is it
working!
radioactive? Is it radioactive exhaust? Like, is it tritium, deuterium, or something? Giving him,
Maybe
like,
it wasn't the
giant,
dark
like,
side that
fucking-
fucked up Anakin. Maybe it was all that fucking radiation.
I don't like sand.
maybe
It's
he's-
coarse and rough. No, dude, it's because your hands covered.
No,
in
because you have
cancer.
fucking radiation poisoning. You can't feel anything anymore.
It's like, come on, man. You have to remove your hand. Of course it's rough and it gets everywhere. It's in your joints.
Oh god damn it!
You need
But-
to oil that shit, bro.
Oh Jesus!
Come on.
But yeah,
You gotta
fucking-
WD-40 that fucker.
Oh god! But yeah, it's sad to say that I still haven't rewatched The Last Jedi.
It's bad.
I can't fucking fathom it.
Well, what else do we got in front
Last one on there. I don't know if you've seen it. Overlord. You watch that trailer?
Negative.
Basically Nazi zombies. Yeah, it's a movie based basically on Nazi zombies.
Because I already know a movie of Nazi zombies in snow. I think it's...
Yeah, what is it? Snow Nazis or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Something like that.
So basically, this is the D-Day landing. Completely inaccurate because, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to say it this way: there's a black soldier in the air wing, in the airborne, which did not exist. Unfortunately,
At the
different
time-
times, guys.
At the time, the segregation was still in
It's
effect.
still around, still in
Yeah,
full effect.
unfortunately.
They were not jumping out of airplanes. So, obviously, historically inaccurate. You know, not gonna be an accurate movie.
Like,
So basically,
you did have like a black regiment,
yes, yeah,
Just they
but
weren't
it
any
was a
airborne.
black regiment.
but they weren't.
Yeah,
airborne.
they weren't airborne.
Yeah.
So, jump into France, D-Day landing, hooks up with a squad, finds basically a giant Nazi outpost. And you can guess what they're doing there. Experiments. So, basically, plot changes, Nazi zombies. That's basically the
Well,
whole
I mean,
movie.
like there were like, well, the origin of the whole Nazi zombie like story and
Wasn't it because, like,
concept-
Hitler was really into the occult?
I actually studied quite a bit
Yeah.
about it. There was a thing called the Black Sun. It was a supposed anti.
Is it hot in here? Do you want me to turn on the AC?
If you want, I'm all right.
You good?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm all right.
I see you glistening. I'm like, are you hot?
It's fine.
All right.
It was a supposed negative energy power generator, and if you were to channel the said power or energy that was created from this machine,
Mm-hmm.
you could create super soldiers, but at the same time they would be basically zombies.
Oh,
And
okay.
from there, they were trying to also
So this was actually based on real, quote unquote, science.
real quote unquote things. They had different technologies that they were looking into creating super weapons, Wunderwaffe. They had one where they were using a modified STG-44,
Yeah,
which had like I think it was an infrared
yeah. Then
like,
when they were first
sensor
inventing
thing
infrared,
or something. Yeah, something like it was an emitter of a certain wavelength, and they were trying to use that as a supplemental. I think
right? Turn
targeting
on this
or
AC.
something.
Actually, it's a little warmer here.
Go ahead. And there was that one. There was a thing called Die Glock, the bell, and that was the supposed energy like field manipulator device that was devised in order to try and manipulate the gravity around a certain object, and they were trying to use that to create flying machines and vehicles. And it was kind of based upon that idea and overall concept that the movie, I think it was Iron Sky, was developed and eventually made, which was basically the Nazis developed the anti-gravity machinery and technology and ended up creating a fleet of flying saucers and ended up leaving to the moon, where there they ended up discovering helium-3, which is an ionized, I think it's an ionized version of helium, which is a form of fuel that you could be used for a I believe it's a molten salt nuclear reactor, and from there you'd be able to get your power source and power production from. But it was that sort of technology that was being researched at the time when the Nazis were in effect. That the Allies, both from the Russians and the Americans, were discovering as they started to move closer and closer towards Berlin. But unfortunately, a lot of the technology was destroyed and the files were burned. And
Brandon, you have so much knowledge.
And
it's always so impressive how much knowledge you actually have stored up in that fucking dome of yours.
They were also killed to prevent any of the information from slipping into the hands of, to them, the enemies. But fortunately, we were able to get some of them, like Robert Oppenheimer. And
so I've actually had
cats.
someone ask me this question. How do you know so much stuff?
You just watch a lot of stuff, read a lot of stuff. You just become interested.
How strong? Like, do you have like a really strong memory? Honestly, it seems so.
It's not necessarily that it's strong. It's more of that you start to connect things and link things together, and you start to realize that there are things that you thought were disconnected but weren't.
Because I had someone who was listening to the podcast, and it's like, you can basically ask Brandon any question, and he'll somewhat know a way to answer it.
Yeah.
Like, as honestly as he can. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty true.
Yeah, it's pretty terrifying. I'm like, it's
pretty terrifying.
Terrifying to me, at least, because it's like,
I don't think it's terrifying. I think it's fucking impressive.
There's going to be a point where it's like, I don't know. There's going to be where, like, I don't know anything.
Is that scary to you? That
I don't
you
know
won't
if I know everything that I've been able to learn.
I think that's impossible, though. You can't learn everything.
Well, of course not.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I do want to learn more.
Obviously. But now it's always so impressive anytime we have the podcast and like we get into a subject of any kind. You always have like crazy fucking detail. And I'm just saying, it's not a bad thing. It's just like, holy shit, dude, you know so much.
The way I do it is I find a subject, like right now I'm doing a lot of photography stuff.
Yeah.
So as of right now, I'm learning a lot about how to use your ND filters. But not just regulars, but like 5-stop, 10-stop, like 15-stop ND filters. And I really want to be able to get one of those for a trip to Norway, because what that allows me to do is during bright sunlight, I can be able to I'm able to take insanely long exposures, like 4-minute, 10-minute exposures, which allows me to get like super smooth and creamy clouds or water, and allows to get that very it's a sense of stillness and serenity that can only be acquired in an image when you do a super long exposure like that. But the only way to do those super long exposures is by having that ND filter, because when you're exposing for 4 minutes, even if your aperture is at f/22, which allows the least amount of light, your ISO is at 100, you're still going to be blowing out a lot of the highlights because there's just so much light. Yeah. So you need that ND filter to block as much light as possible, so that over those 4 minutes you're getting, equivalent of a 30-second exposure. But it's just those things that you start to learn as time goes on. And you start to link those things together, how you're able to use that for, maybe nighttime photography for like the Aurora Borealis or for stars.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm really excited still for our trip to Norway. I really can't wait. And I had to buy that camera that you recommended for me. So finally, after weeks of trying to find a camera that I would honestly want to start off with, and that's not going to break the bank, we finally found one. What is the Fujifilm XE1?
EX1?
EX1. XE1 EX1. It's basically, what is it, 40... What is the term called?
It's a 4/3.
4/3.
Micro 4/3.
Micro 4/3 camera.
Micro 4/3
So basically, it's like that old body form camera. That really small camera. That's the best way to, I'm trying to refer to the people.
For the style of the body of the.
For the style of the the body. Basically, it's like that old school retro camera. And what is it? It's called 4/3 micro 4/3 cameras.
The sensor.
Size.
What this allows you is that because it's micro 4/3 and thus a mirrorless system, you're able to use a lot of variety of adapters for different lens types. And
now I found this camera, and I cannot wait. I honestly cannot wait, because it uses video, so I can record all my videos. I can do, photography, like I've been wanting to get into. So it's like I can't wait, and it's not that expensive. It's what, like $546 we found for like a used one.
Getting it, it's a really good price,
right?
Because most cameras, like for those style, you're paying like $1,200,
Oh, yeah.
$1,500.
Yep.
If you want like something that's top end, micro Four Thirds, you're going for a Leica. That's like at least $5,000 to $10,000.
Yeah. I don't have that money for a camera
Per
right
body.
now.
The lenses themselves is 3 of those cameras. You're looking at.
Exactly. Like, Jesus
It's ridiculous.
Christ.
But at the same time, they're known for their insane
Yeah.
build quality, and the image quality you get is, par none.
Yeah, so I'm excited about getting that camera too, because now we have this camera that we're obviously recording with, which I can't wait. GoPro, shout out to GoPro.
Shout out.
Like whoever hates on GoPros.
Hashtag not sponsored yet.
Yeah, not sponsored yet. Not sponsored yet. We have nothing more than a bunch of goals at our hands right now, and we are going to get sponsored very soon. We're working on it.
Indubitably.
Like, we're working on it. We're going to keep working at it. But no, like, people who hate on GoPro, like, at least it works.
Yeah, at least it
You know
works.
what I mean? Like, it works. It's working for what we need right now.
Mhm.
So I'm excited. I'm going to get that camera. I'm going to get the TLR camera, obviously, because I fucking still love that thing. Honestly, like, we talked about fucking candid.
Yeah.
I like that I like to be able to have a candid photo without someone posing.
So, like,
you know what I mean?
that the big box one,
Mhm.
the Bronica, or it was the Mamiya 645, or the RZ or RX67,
Mhm.
or one of those. You can get a
And you
full
guys can look
system.
this up too. Look up the camera so that way
I
you can.
typically go on to keh.com, camera, I think it is. It's where you can buy a lot of used gear, and what I like about them is, again, not sponsored by them.
Yeah. Not yet.
But what I like about them is that their method of catalog and when you're looking for a specific item,
Mhm.
it lists not only the item, but if they have it in stock, they'll show the actual images of that specific item, and they'll also give you a grade of what quality that camera is or that item is
Exactly.
in, and it'll give you different
Great
types,
website.
like bargain or like excellent or very good, and they'll give you different grading types, and they'll give you short descriptions of like what that.
So when we
grades
get
to.
into camera talk, go
Yeah.
ahead and just look up at what's the name of the website again?
I think it's keh.com.
Mm-hmm. Look it up on there. You can find any camera that we're talking about, because obviously, we're interested in photography and video.
Yeah,
and
they
doing all
have,
these things.
They have digital, film, and also accessories for
Exactly.
tripods.
So for anyone
heads,
who's interested in
flashes,
looking into
lenses.
cameras or anything like that, or
Mhm.
who wants to start off, go on that website.
Yep. I
Listen
highly
to what we're
recommend.
talking about. We're always talking about cameras.
So that whole system I was
Mhm.
talking about, you can get for about $200 max.
Yep.
So like the body itself is like $75-$50. The back for 120 style film, which is regular medium
Mhm.
format, is like $35. The lens is like $75. The top viewfinder is like $35, and then like a hand holder is like $35.
Yeah. You're not paying too much out of pocket.
Not at all.
And that's why, I
Like,
cannot wait to get a TLR.
The camera body that I bought,
Mhm.
I would have been able to buy that whole system for less than that body.
Exactly.
And you get the classic, medium format,
Yeah.
the one that everybody wants.
So you're excited to take your camera to Norway?
Well, first
Start
I
shooting.
I still need to get a new tripod, because the one that I have is good,
Mhm.
but I want to get one that I'm able to get the camera really low to the ground.
Yeah.
I really don't care
See, I'm
about.
not going to invest any of the extra stuff quite yet.
It's not. So what I do need, or would like to get before we go, is a couple of things. But it's not like I want to get the top end or all the crazy accessories. No, I'm not going to bring a flash. Just very basic things. A tripod that can go low. Filters, so a polarizer, and then like a 10 and 15 stop, and a regular ND filter.
Mhm.
After that, a camera backpack with like a little strap on the side that I can probably put the tripod. Maybe a new strap instead of having the one that goes around the neck.
Yeah.
It's the one where you actually clip it onto the screw mat on the bottom and on the side.
yeah.
So it's like one thing. So instead of having it like slung around the neck, it's around the shoulder, and you can
Yeah.
really be
Crossbody.
crossbody. Or even the one that's just the hand itself, something like that.
I'm just excited. Honestly, of
Simple
course,
things.
I'm excited to go to
Simple
Norway because it's Norway. I'm excited to go to Norway to go see Dom.
That motherfucking dumb.
At fucking Dom. And also, I'm excited because I want to get some good shots.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I want to get a lot of good footage.
Mhm.
And we're definitely going to record a podcast there. Like, we're definitely going to sit there with our camera, with our little GoPro, and record, like, a 30-minute podcast
Mhm.
with Dom.
And if anything,
We've been talking
if-
about this guy for
and
fucking
if
ever
anything,
now.
if we can't use like the gear we have here, we can always use our phones, and then
Mhm.
I could always bring those individual files in, bring them together, and boom, we got the full video. No
Exactly.
problem.
So I'm excited about. We actually need to connect with Dom very soon.
We need to figure.
Yeah,
things
if
out.
Dom, if you're listening in, or if you're gonna listen to this back, sorry, man. I get your messages. It's hard to get on your time frame, honestly. It really is hard to get on your time frame.
Those fucking photos that you've posted on Instagram, on IG, dude, you fucking suck. I hate you. They look so good. I want to be over there with like a.
I thought you were gonna critique that for a second.
I'm gonna be up there for like a 20-minute exposure. Just like,
I thought you were gonna critique there for a second. I was like, is this fool gonna critique his photos right now?
It's genius, dude. It looks so good up there.
Oh yeah, it looks gorgeous as up there.
No, motherfucker, you got it so good.
It's so nice. But honestly, I'm excited. I'm very, very excited. We won't talk about the on the podcast, but it's because we're so goddamn excited. Honestly, so goddamn excited. But where are we at right now?
We're probably at like 1 hour.
Like about an hour, right? We'll wrap it up?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we kind of.
Don't want Windows
almost,
to be like, hey, sorry about guys.
I forgot
and
about
just
that.
Shut up. Yeah, I don't want that to happen.
Kind of forgot we don't have an option this time around.
Yeah.
But other than that, let's wrap.
Yes.
So we will come back to you guys next week. Again, this video will be up pretty soon.
Yep.
We're going to post it up. We'll let you guys know. I'll let everyone know.
Yeah.
On the Instagram. It's going to take us a little bit of time. Everything's nice. But other than that, tune in next week. We'll have some more things to talk about. And like always,
thank you again to Ed for letting us
thank you to Ed,
space.
Explosive Burbank, for letting us use this space.
Many thanks.
Like always. And
I think that's it, my friend.
That's it, man. All right. Well, we will see you guys next week. And remember,
just be real.
Just be real, guys.